Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another early morning, early afternoon, depending on where you live, live stream. We call this the Chill Chat. We talk about a lot of things going on around the world. A lot of this stuff is chat generated. What do you guys want to talk about? And I'm going to share some things that I've got going on that I'm currently working on. Hi, Tiffany. How you doing? There's the best moderator in the world, on the world, however you want to interpret this place. Vanish. Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing? Travis from Australia. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello from Windsor, Ontario. Good morning, Vietnam. What's up, Rick? Hi, everybody. It is morning time here in Arizona. It's 9:44 a.m. and just getting the day started. Good morning, Las Vegas, Bowling Green, Michigan, Ontario. Jenny Allen, thanks for all the new members, Star Family members. In fact, I don't know if I can put the link in now. I can try. Let me look and see. I've had a lot of people ask about that. I'll show you how to do it. Let me see if I can do it real quick. In fact, I'm sure that I can. Hang on just a minute. And yes, we need everybody to just remain calm because we might have the first hurricane of the season coming our way. Yes, indeed. It's looking like it's going to form here in the next 72 to 96 hours. Could have winds in excess of 100-mile-an-hour and headed towards a very densely populated area. So definitely just remain calm. We got things under control, and I'll keep you guys informed every step of the way. Wherever this thing may or may not go, I got you. Just know that I got you covered. So no worries. What's up, Mark? Yeah, Mark says smash that like button. Yeah, smash the like. South Texas. What's going on, South Texas? Alberta, Louisiana. What's going on, guys? Kentucky. What's up, Kentucky? Hold on just a second here, guys. I'm going to try something real quick. I think I can do it. In fact, I'm sure I can. I'm going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. Then we're going to go back to here. And then we'll edit and paste. And right here's the link. I just put the link in to become a Star Family member. If you want to become a Star Family member, that is entirely up to you. You will have a star next to your name in the chat, and that star will remain there for every chat, and it will highlight your name. Super chats are welcome. Super stickers are welcome. You can see behind me, I have a long play going of a variety of different things. In this video, again, this is our chill chat, but there is a storm brewing. The stage is being set for quite possibly what could be Dexter. Yes, Dexter, the fourth hurricane in the Atlantic basin. We'll talk about that in a minute. Thank you, Jenny Allen. Jenny Allen is a Star Family member. Hello, Virginia, Cape Coral. Good to see everybody in here. Hi, Amuna Lynn. Houston, thank you for the support. Rachel from Portland, Oregon. I've got some really cool photos out of Portland, Oregon, and videos, by the way. You guys have some fascinating skies up there. San Juan Islands, welcome. Sorry if I missed a few. It's going by pretty quick, and I've actually got it on slow. Where are we at here? Ohio, Joe from Ohio. What's up, Joe? Hello from Scotland. What's been going on over there in Scotland? I've seen some things in Scotland that are a little out of characteristic for Scotland. Some things going on in Scotland. South Carolina in the house. Arkansas, Oklahoma, Canada, Truther. Good morning. Good afternoon in some places. Guntersville. Hello, Jen. Athens, Georgia. Ohio in the house. I tell you what, Ohio has seen a ton of activity with regard to the flashing lights. And in this afternoon's video, I've got some information right over here. I'm pointing to a secondary monitor that I have hardwired to my laptop so we don't get hacked again, right? It's some very compelling information, new information from a man that's very knowledgeable, got 30 years experience as a scientist and very knowledgeable in LED lights and different things. He says that the theory, one of the theories that we're talking about regarding the flashing lights around the world has merit, and that it very well could be true. And this is a man with 30 years experience. I was like, yeah, man, I believe it. I truly do. I think that there is something going on with that. Hey, moderator, thank you. Oh, do we have 1,000 watching? Let's keep it going. Let's get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. Why not? Let's just make it a run for the roses. Let's go. Irvine, Scotland. I hope I pronounced that right. Is it Irvine or Irvine? Just remain calm. We might have a big storm brewing, guys. So everybody just remain calm. It's not developed yet, but it could. I'll show you guys where and when here in just a few minutes. New Brunswick, Canada. This early morning chat, guys, I try to spend a lot of time. Hello, Tina Balco. Welcome to the Star family, Tina. Tina's a new Star family member. Midland, Michigan, Mesa, Arizona. John is my neighbor. What's up, John? Out here in Arizona. Did you see the? So my voice is a little. I'll gargle with sea salt here in a minute. The sunset yesterday. I got some photos of the sunset yesterday from out here in Arizona. The sky was just covered with smoke from southern Arizona all the way up to northern Arizona. We're getting yesterday at least. We had wildfire smoke from New Mexico. The smoke from the Grand Canyon. There's a wildfire up there being pushed south. A very big wildfire, by the way. So hopefully they get that under control. Good morning, Stacy Ann in AZ, Georgetown, Kentucky here. Florida, England, Florida, Texas. Howdy from Southwest Pennsylvania, Quebec, Canada. Good morning, everybody. Here's some virtual coffee. Cheers. Let's go. Springfield, Ohio. Ohio's been a hot spot for the flashing lights. Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida as well. I've probably collectively gotten more videos from Ohio, even Indiana at times, but Ohio for sure. Tina Balco, Calgary, oh, and Canada. I've gotten a lot from Canada. You guys up in Canada are wide awake. Hello, Long Beach. Nepa here, British Irving, France in the house. Right on. Let's go, France. UAE back in the house. Hey, UAV. UAV was here yesterday. UAV's back today. Hello, Tennessee, Glove State. The Glove State, Michigan. Gotcha. I know what you're talking about. Lockport, Illinois. Right on. Keep hitting that like button. Oh, that's cool. 400 likes. Let's get it to 1,000. Chicago. I've been to Chicago. Went to Chicago many years ago and saw Mr. Michael Jordan play basketball. I felt very humbled to even be in the same building as Michael Jordan. What a guy. I miss Michael Jordan, by the way. I do. Basketball's not the same without him. People still having coffee. Howdy from Central Texas. What's up, guys? South Orlando, Florida, unsafe space. I lived in South Orlando, Florida. Know right where you're at there, buddy. Ottawa, Illinois. I believe that's up north. Denmark. We got people all over the world in here this morning. That's great. Keep them coming. What's up, guys? Holland, Giannis. You must be talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's a cool guy. My daughter actually met him. Yeah, met him, hung out with him for a little while. Yeah, sure did. Detroit, Michigan in the house. Ravens Wolf 57 Star family member. Keep them coming, guys. If everybody in here became a Star family member, we'd have a huge family, right? That's cool. Thank you, guys. And honestly, you couldn't buy a cup of coffee for me for what it involves in becoming a Star family member. You could not buy me a cup of coffee, not in today's environment. Nope. Hi, Pennsylvania. Let me show you what's going on, guys. We're going to get down to business here in a minute, but I love interacting with the chat. I do. And in my afternoon video, as I've said before, I'll have 20 tabs open up here on this laptop that can hold it, by the way. I made sure I got a laptop. This is about 3 years old because it just told me that my Apple protection, I think tomorrow is my last day for the extended care. So I'm probably going to renew that. It's worth it. But this computer has a massive operating system. So I can run 20 windows at a time, and I can have 20 videos down here on the runway ready to share with you guys. So In the afternoon, to try to manage all that at the same time, it is multitasking on steroids, basically. So I have to stay hyper focused. But I do enjoy hanging out in the chat. I really do. Rick, Afghanistan, really? That's cool. Alabama, sorry if I missed some of you guys. OKC, the new NBA champs in the house. Right on. Congratulations, Maryland, on your first time ever NBA championship. Great team, by the way. They deserved it. Indianapolis in the house. I was kind of pulling for Indiana too. Actually, I didn't know who. I was kind of mixed. I wanted to see Indiana win, but I was also Oklahoma. Owl Hippie Star family member. Also, I was pulling for Oklahoma because they're young, you know, but they played with such maturity. And one of the players on the Oklahoma City team is from right down the road here. Yeah, he's like practically our neighbor. His name is Jalen Williams. Went to school right down the road. Yeah, went to high school right down the road. Went to college over in California, but went to high school at Perry High School. Unbelievable. AZ, what's up, Brandy? Blessings to everyone. Louisville, Virginia. I'm just saying hi, guys. I don't get a chance to say hi to y'all in the afternoon video. I try, unless a super chat comes through that lights up the chat room. It's hard. Las Vegas in the house. I'm working on something from Las Vegas. In fact, I think I got something in either Dropbox this morning or email. In fact, you guys want to look at the Dropbox? This is what I do first thing in the morning. I come in here. This is my office. So somebody asked me yesterday, real quick, before we go to the Dropbox, if I had a compass in here. They were concerned about the magnetic pole shift. And yes, I do have a compass right here. This is the one I've used for years. It's not anything fancy. It is a compass that works. All you need is a functional compass. You can make your own compass, for that matter, if you want to. But I keep it in the same place year round. And I keep it obviously situated on north. And believe it or not, it does move a little bit throughout the course of a 365-day year. A little. It'll wander just a little bit. But nothing drastic. But there's my little compass. Somebody asked me yesterday if I had one. Yeah, there was a young lady. Yes, ma'am, I do. And I've had that for many years. I keep it in the same place. And you can do the same thing. Just get you a compass, set it somewhere where it's not going to be disturbed. So you'll know if there's any changes in the orientation of the compass, it did it on its own. Southeast Texas in the house. Darn ears ringing like crazy today. Oh, I know what that is. It's the sun. That's what you're feeling there, Matt G. The sun has a series of prominences on the Earth-facing side of the sun, and it's hurling frequencies towards the Earth like no other. So you probably are experiencing, quite possibly, the ringing in the ears comes a lot of times from the sun. It doesn't, believe it or not, it doesn't have anything to do with your ears. And you say, what? It's my ears that are ringing, dude. I know, but it's your central nervous system that's causing your ears to react that way. That's what it is. It's your central nervous system. Your whole body is sensing these frequencies. It could be a combination of 5G, could be a combination of the Schumann, could be a combination of the sun, coronal holes, CMEs, cosmic rays, the weakening of the magnetic shields. Bottom line is this, guys. The sound of silence has changed. And some people, like Matt, my wife, are very sensitive to that. Very sensitive. That doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with their ears. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with their central nervous system. It means their central nervous system is working great. Too good, where you're picking up these frequencies. What was I going to show you? Oh, the Dropbox. This is what I got today. Let me get out of the way. This is the Dropbox. This is what it looks like. When you guys send me things here, the Dropbox tab is right here. This one says have a large video. When you use that tab and send a large video, it goes here. So you can see I've gone through this morning. I'll show you something here that was kind of weird. And I'm still working on things. I'll show you a couple things, in fact. I'm not sure where that's at, but that was a weird signature. And I don't know if it has something to do with the whole weather modification thing, I don't know. I just found that weird. And then this one was equally as weird. I just got this one today. Got flashing light video today, too. John, he found this on his weather radar. What is that? You guys ever see anything like that? Owl hippie? What is this? What's up, Steve? What's going on, guys? Look at that. What's going on there? Huh. Whatever it is, it showed up on radar, and it's got red in it. That implies intensity. It implies height. I don't know. Was it a meteorite that entered the atmosphere? A very big one. That was at 8:45 p.m. last night. Yikes! I don't know what that is. But these are some of the things I get. This is just an idea. Some of the things that I've gotten today. Here's a look at that coronal hole. Somebody sent this in from. This is just part of the coronal hole. As you can see here, that's facing the Earth. This bottom part, this part here. But a lot of that energy is going under the Earth. But you can be sensitive to that. I did a study on that many years ago. The energy from the surface of the sun definitely affects people on the Earth. Absolutely, it does. It's unavoidable. We're all members of the Earth. Oh, I've got a cool video to share with you guys this afternoon. You don't want to miss this afternoon's live stream. This one right here, and I'm going to come in closer. There's a sun diving comet, which is nothing new. We've all seen those, right? But there's something else that's going north. The sun diving comet's going towards the sun, and there's an object going north, going this way, right up here. And it's not being influenced by the forces of the sun. So that tells you that it's not a natural object. It is an intelligently designed object that has the ability to bypass the solar wind. It was a great catch. So that'll be in this afternoon's video. And the reason I'm not sharing it in this video is because I haven't worked on it yet. I have to zoom in real close because it's small. I mean, it's probably quite big, but I got to zoom in for presentation purposes, because when you share a video on here, I only get one chance to share it, and I want to make it count. So I make it right and do it the very best I can. But as you can see, there's a wide variety of things that have came in today. Sky anomalies, a sun anomaly there. What else we got? Oh, something caught on somebody's outdoor security camera. Really eerie flashing light. This one here is pulsing. Gentlemen, notice this bulb right here pulsing in his house. These over here are flashing and pulsing. Super, super weird. Got a glowing cross over here on top of a church. That's really cool. And you guys will see that in this afternoon's live stream. Yeah. And other things too. But I want to show you guys something over here at, oh boy. Now we're getting down to business here. What's up, Owl Hippie in the house? Okay. You're looking at an anomaly here at the equator. This is where the whole La Nina, El Nino phenomena is measured. Right here off the coast of Ecuador, out into the Pacific Ocean. It spans out about 1,000 miles. It's an anomaly in the Pacific Ocean that determines whether we're in, and depending on the personality of the anomaly at the time. Right now, it's showing an upwelling, and it's showing an increase in CO2, like we've been seeing down in Antarctica. So the current right here at the equator is being influenced by something. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Catherine. Appreciate you and all you do. Oh, let me give you a like for that. That's very kind. God bless you. Appreciate you. This is where scientists go whenever they predict La Nina and El Nino. It's right there. That's all it is. It's right there. It's an anomaly that occurs there, and it changes from time to time. Right now, we're in the middle of the El Nino, La Nina transition, and that's why we're seeing different weather patterns all around the world. It's not just limited to North America and the Caribbean, Central America, Southern Mexico. That influence is right there. the weather patterns all around the world because it influences the jet streams. So there's a situation right here. Let me zoom in a little closer. See it? Going in closer. There you go. That's what I talked about yesterday. I told you I had something to share with you guys today that I discovered, and I found that, and it's not hiding. It's right over here at Null School. I've used Null School for many, many years. Null School is a great place to learn if you really want to learn and understand the mechanics of the atmosphere. This will teach you a lot of things if you just study it every day. Look for changes every day. Look for patterns and things like that. Um, yeah, it's a great place to learn. So that's telling a story. I've been emphasizing for weeks now, the flashing lights. And I know some of you are tired of the flashing lights. I get it. That's why I don't show them in every single video. But I'm approaching 2,000 now, 2,000 different examples. And I'm going to share one today because it's so unique. But they're telling a story, guys. And I think I've got a puzzle piece to that story. We're going to talk about it in this afternoon's video. Hey, Don Robinson, thank you for the super chat. That's super kind. You guys are so cool. Appreciate that. And there's a like for Don Robinson. Thank you, Don. You'll see that in this afternoon's live stream. We've found a big piece to the puzzle, and the puzzle is a mystery. Okay, so we're finding puzzle pieces and putting the puzzle pieces together until it all makes some kind of sense, but it's not normal for lights to be flashing all over the earth. Guys, it's not normal. I've been receiving videos and email correspondence and Dropbox correspondence. But anyway, there's the anomaly that I wanted to share with you guys. There's an increase in CO2 at the equator that spans 1,000 miles plus, comes off the coast of Ecuador. That's telling us a story. We're going to see a very wet summer, okay? We're going to see a very wet summer, probably a lot of hurricanes, quite possibly a lot of big hurricanes. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully not. Those of you that are dealing with ringing of the ears, this could explain why. See the big filament just kind of hanging off the lower, that would be the southwestern limb of the sun. This massive one up here on the northeastern limb of the sun. Plus there's an active region, a hot spot right down here that's turning towards the earth. Wow. The sun just got hot real quick. And I don't mean it like that. The sun just picked up in activity. Yes, the sun is back. Solar maximum is back. So be prepared for solar storms. I would say, where are we at? It's Monday. It will soon be Friday again. Watch how quick Friday gets here. Just remember this live stream. Take a screen grab of it and remember, we were just talking about it's Monday. Friday will be here like that. Unbelievable how fast these weeks are going. So that could be attributing to the people's ringing of the ears. There's a lot of energy coming towards the earth, and that energy is carrying charged particles. And those of you that have super sensitive central nervous systems, your neurological systems, you're sensitive to that energy, 100%. The moisture that I was talking about this afternoon, once the sun gets in full swing over here, there's been a pocket of moisture down here that spans over 2,000 miles. It's been there for months. It's starting to move to the north. It's moving on its own, and in some cases, it's going to be carried by tropical storms and hurricanes. So look for a very wet and more flooding, unfortunately. I'm hearing that the rivers in Florida, or not Florida, I'm sorry, Texas, could flood again. No, we don't want that. So we have to manifest that just out of the equation, right? Oh, thank you, Quack, for the super chat. Let me give you a super like there. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I tried. This is something that I'm genuinely interested in. I love to study the earth and the sky, the sun, and everything in between, the earth's core. At one point, I really appreciate the super chat, Quack. At one point, and I'm still considering it. I'm taking notes and thinking. I'm thinking. I'm constantly thinking, if you want to know the truth. But at one point, I thought maybe, just maybe, there's a change in the Earth's inner core that's sending out rogue and random EMF signals. And that's what's causing these flashing lights. It was just a theory, that's all. And it still could be true. But I have, I think, an even better theory from a gentleman that sent me a long email 3 days ago. And I've got it right over here. I took a screen grab of it and I'm going to share that this afternoon. And again, his is just a theory, but it makes pretty good sense. I was very impressed. He's a very smart man. So I'm very thankful for the email. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the storm. Here we go. Got a storm brewing. Will it manifest into a hurricane? Looks like it could. Here's what we could be seeing. Hurricane Dexter has yet to develop. I think we could be looking at the first like real hurricane. We've seen some tropical storms, but this is what Dexter could look like on the 17th at 2 o'clock in the morning. Actually, that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but it will start making landfall during the overnight hours, starting to see the outer bands come in. There's never a good time for a hurricane to make landfall, especially when it's dark. So this is a situation. There's a possible storm brewing, and the chances of this thing developing are increasing each day. We're only a few days away. In fact, today's the 14th. You're looking at a map of the 17th. That's a pretty good sized system. Look at the center of rotation that could develop. Keep in mind, this is a forecast. It can and will change. Right now, it's showing it going right into New Orleans, basically the same path as Hurricane Katrina. Now, will it be I think Hurricane Katrina ended up making landfall as a Cat 3. It was a very powerful Cat 5 down in the Gulf. We don't want to see another repeat of that, and this will not be a Katrina. But I will say this: yeah, the forecast will definitely change sometime between now and this is again on the 17th. This is showing what the system could look like at 2 p.m. But the outer bands will start to make landfall during the overnight hours. If in fact this does materialize, it very well could, because conditions are more favorable in the Gulf. Here we go again, right on time. Are you serious? Come on, man. Look, spam risk. Tell me I'm not the only one. Are you guys getting these too? What in the world? I don't know what to do. I get these things constantly. Oh, hey, Sharon Hayes. I know, Paula, you're right, but we can put positive energy out there to maybe think otherwise. I know, Trish. You know what the other day I did? I turned my phone off. I'm in here trying to work. I'm trying to think, and the phone keeps ringing. And I'm like, what in the world am I didn't know what to do. So I literally, I went up and I turned the phone off while I was working. I'm like, it's just crazy. But I've never seen so many, I guess some people call them robocalls. My wife went and put her number because she gets them too. And it's not like we're signing up for a bunch of random stuff. We don't do that. We know better, like you guys. You guys all know better. It's just unbelievable. She went to the do not call registry. She still gets them. So maybe it just takes a while. I don't know. Thank you, Aaron. Just stopping by the. You know what, Buzzsaw? I do. Do you know how many numbers I blocked? Probably. I don't know. I've lost count. Over 100. I have blocked over 100, and they still come. Glasgow, Scotland, New York in the house. I blocked over 100, and they still come. And what they'll do, they'll keep coming, and the number will change by one digit. So it's like, okay, we have infinite possibilities here with regard to these numbers. So this could go on infinitely. It's just like, wow. I usually don't. I usually, if I don't know the caller, then chances are I'm not going to answer it. I have everybody like you guys in your phone. You have your loved one's name or your friend's name, and even their picture. When your phone rings, their picture comes up, so you know right away who it is. So yeah, you're going to answer those. Quartzsite, Arizona, in the house. Maria Archer, thank you for the super sticker. Oh, that's very kind, Mia. Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. You have some crazy pictures, Jimmy Brooks. If you have some crazy pictures, Jimmy Brooks, come over here to the homepage of the website, which is right here, mrmbb333.com. It's really simple. And look for one of these two red tabs here. You'll be able to send pictures and videos or both. Email is reports@mrmbb333.com. Right here is a Dropbox. And in fact, I'll show you how the Dropbox works. It's so simple. Watch, I'm going to click on it right there. See the red tab? We're going to click on it right here. Here we go. Click. There it is. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your files into the Dropbox. I've gotten videos from people that were 2 hours long, 2 hours and 26 minutes. Drop them in. I can always delete them later because I supposedly have unlimited storage in the Dropbox, but I don't think I do. But anyway, I keep it clean. Yeah. But you can put big files in there. You can put photos in there and then just send them and I'll get them right there. Right there's where they go. It's that simple. But if you would, please include your first name. You can include your last name if you wish. Please include your first name, date, and location. If it's in Alabama and that's all you feel comfortable with putting, that's fine. If you want to put the exact location, that's fine too. That is entirely up to you. But whenever I share these things, I do at least like to include the location because that gives us a better perspective of, where these things are occurring. Like the crazy halo here. It's a frosty white halo. That was out of Corpus Christi Beach, Texas. Sent in by Jake. So we knew right where that was at, right where he saw it, and when that moment happened. So very cool stuff. You're welcome, ARA. I appreciate the kind words. Mel, Barberton, Ohio. Melissa. Thank you, Jimmy. Look forward to seeing your pictures. That's really cool. Edhead76. Thank you for the super chat, Edhead. Sorry for the voice, guys. We've had wildfire smoke out here the last couple of days. I'll show you some photos this afternoon in this afternoon's video. Price is right, Mia. Love your videos. Thank you, Edhead. All right. People are responding. Do orb? Yeah. Mike Cremoti, do orbs get your channel? No. I get lots of orbs. I don't get them every day, but I've gotten videos of orbs weekly for years. People are seeing orbs all over the earth. Sometimes, though, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes, and I'll give you an example. If you happen to be watching Joseph, I love your videos. Keep them coming. Joseph has a beautiful sky up in St. Marie, Montana, and he's able to see orbs up in the sky, and he uses his camera. He's got a good camera, but sometimes it's hard for me to pull in an orb that's 60,000 feet or higher in a dark sky, pull it down close enough to where we can see it and make sense of it, somewhat sense. We're not going to figure it out because it's an orb in the night sky. The problem is it becomes way overly pixelated. So orbs are hard to share. That's the only thing. They're very real. They're a very real part of our experience here on Earth. Where they come from, that's a great topic of debate. But they're real, and sometimes they just simply can't be explained. In fact, I've got a video that I'm working on right now of a deep space sky, young lady out of Las Vegas. That's where I got I knew there was something from Las Vegas I was working on. She's got a deep space orb. Yeah, and it's got to be pretty big because it's so far away. Dark Lighter plays. I said you would get the info this morning on your last stream. Feels like you're dragging the mystery on. No, it's this afternoon, and the reason why, and I apologize for that, Dark Plays, I'm not quite done with it yet. We were gone all day yesterday, just kind of getting reconfigured today. So no, I got you. I got you. Not trying to drag you along at all. Would never do that, my friend. Thank you for your support and thank you for the super chat. No, I'm still working on it. And when you do a video, understand you only get one chance to do it right. I can't go back once I upload it and be like, darn, I wish I would have said this, or I forgot to include something important. So I want to make sure I got everything lined out just perfectly. And then I'll upload the video. So I'm not quite there yet, but I got you. Yeah, I do. You bet I do. Are there still reports of drones? I haven't been getting any reports of drones. I haven't gotten any of those for several months. Good question. Yeah, nothing nefarious, dark lighter. Absolutely not. I'm not that kind of guy. It's just I'm very particular, and when I share something with you guys, I spend a lot of time working on these videos. I've got a video right here on this laptop that is exceptionally good. If I work on it right and spend the proper amount of time on it, I can make it even better. And that's what I want to do. I want to give you guys the very best version of it because it's super cool. I mean, it's really cool. This young lady has got an exceptional camera. She can go deep. She can dive deep into the night sky, and she pulls in some things that you just can't see with the naked eye. So that's where she gives it to me to analyze and give it clarity. Sometimes I can convert these things to 4K. This one I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm definitely going to try. So I haven't got that far yet. I need to get to the 4K option. If I can do 4K, maybe 1080 is the best we'll be able to get. But it's very cool, and I don't want to screw it up, man. I get one shot, and I got to make it count. So that's all. Have you ever seen clothes burn on a clothesline? Sue's Zoo. No, ma'am. I'm assuming, Sue, there's a question over here in the chat. Have you ever seen clothes burn on a clothesline? Oh, please don't tell me you've seen it. Have you seen that? Wow. That's shocking. I'm assuming they were probably dark clothes that absorbed a lot of heat. Oh, my sheet has a small golf ball size. Oh, your sheet. Can I ask you what color your sheets are? Are they black? Black absorbs a lot of heat. I did see a light housing from over in, I want to say the UK, that had a hole that was burned in it. Hello from Southgate, California. Are the days getting shorter? A very little bit, Maria. They're getting shorter each day by about 30 seconds in the northern hemisphere. Wow, that's shocking. Young lady had her sheets out on the clothesline and burned the sunlight burned a hole through her sheets. Are you serious right now? That is absolutely wild. You know what though? Nothing surprises me anymore. I tell you, with each day, just like we were talking about how fast time seems to be moving by here. This year alone, just this year alone, we are already in the middle of July, and it seems like it was just January. Weeks seem like a couple days. Days seem like just a few hours. It's unbelievable. I just don't recall my perception of time, and it's not just me. There's a lot of people in the chat that will agree. Time does seem like it's moving by faster. Definitely does. UK has loads of sun. Just reading some of the chat. It's nice to hang out in the chat. Yo, hey, Linda. Linda Admire, thank you for the chat. Super chat. Nice big yellow banner there. Please explain the anomaly in the Gulf where the water is steaming. Let's look. Can we go in closer? There's another super chat. Hey, Graham, what's up? What are your thoughts on the ASKAP? You got me there, buddy. What's steaming out here? I'm just. I'll come back to that, Graham. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Linda, can you be more specific? Where's the water steaming in the Gulf? I'm looking at the Gulf right here, and if there was anything steaming here, it would show up, depending on how big it is. If it's not that big, then we're not going to be able to see it on this specific satellite feed. But there's the Gulf right behind me, right there. Australia's in the house. Got a really cool video by Heath out of Australia the other day of what appeared to be something ricocheting, kind of, I guess, off the atmosphere, kind of slid through the atmosphere. He happened to be outside and caught the aftermath, the big line in the clouds, and what looked like an intelligently designed craft just kind of left an impression in the sky, left an impression on him, and he sent in an amazing video. Greetings from Tampa. What's up, Tampa? Submarine volcanoes. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Let me take a look here. Oh, Lord. Are you serious? Check this out, guys. Look at that. Oh, there's Terry Berry. Terry's a Star family member. Thank you, Terry. Look at that. And that's shallow. 6.2 miles deep. Good Lord. I don't know if it would have enough horsepower to produce a tsunami. Let's look. You guys ready? We're doing this on the fly. Let's do it on the fly. Here. Oh. Okay. Well, for obvious reasons, since it was so shallow, the USGS has issued a tsunami alert. See that little blue thing right there? Blue wave. That means tsunami. Possible tsunami. Raven's Wolf. Wow. So obviously, it's near a fault line. So there it is. Once again, just happened. 6.6 off the coast of Panama. We'll keep a close eye on that because of its shallow presence. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Graham, you're going to have to elaborate, buddy. You got me on that one. The ASKAP J1832-0911. Talk to me, brother. Barica, Panama. We'll be watching for a tsunami, guys. That's for sure. I don't think there'll be one, but these things here can be unpredictable. 6.6 is big, but it shouldn't produce a big tsunami if it produces one at all. But that depth is concerning. It's not very deep. A lot of times down in like Tonga and Vanuatu and areas like that down in the South Pacific Islands, where we get the big earthquakes, the 7-pointers are quite common down there, to be honest. I mentioned Tonga, but they're also sometimes over 100 miles deep. So an earthquake that deep is not going to produce a significant tsunami, maybe something very, very small. Oh, Mia is Star family member. Thank you, Mia. Oh, new deep space object. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I've been following the one from the other star system. Thank you guys for the super chats and Star family members. The Star family members are growing. That's really cool. Thank you. I'm going to check into that, Graham. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, I've been following Comet Atlas. What was it? 3, the third Comet Atlas we've seen. But this one is from another star system, which is very, very cool. We like the deep space objects. In fact, the video that I have that I'm working on may just very well be that object. Thank you, Captain Slack. Appreciate that. If the seabed rises, that will cause a tsunami. I sell. Yeah, you're right, buddy. It could. Just depends on how much. That's a very shallow earthquake. Let's look at the tsunami data, right? We're doing this on the fly. 714 is 6.6. Good Lord, they're showing. Why are they showing 3? It's too early to tell, guys. Too early to tell. Ay, ay, ay. Too early to tell. Let's watch for aftershocks, huh? Watching for aftershocks. Oh, now they've changed it. Check it out. Yeah, that's shallow. 6.2 is shallow. You're right, Terry Berry. But look what they went and did. They changed the depth from 6.2 to 11 miles. So that's almost double what it was when they first came out with it. First came out 6.2. Now it's 11. So more than likely at 11 miles deep, probably won't produce a tsunami. I mean, if it does, it would be very, very small, I would think. Dark Lighter Plays. Thank you for the super chat. Dark Lighter. Sun's going to take out our power grid, and the geopoles are going to shift soon, 10 to 15 years. It's not going to be a slow flip. You know what, Dark Lighter? It could be fast. Nobody really knows. I mean, the ice core samples have shown that this can take a long time. It can be a very slow process, but like the sun, and you mentioned the sun, we don't know what the sun's entirely capable of doing. We really don't. The sun, we saw the super halo back on June 1st that created a 70 plus hour geomagnetic storm here on the Earth. So who knows what the sun is capable of doing? Who knows? But I do know that the Earth is surrounded by thousands and thousands of satellites that would definitely be impacted by a super flare that was Earth directed. Absolutely. It would create drag because the Earth would be swarmed with a density wave. And that density wave of charged particles would cause the satellites to slow down and malfunction. And it'd just be a whole mess. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. But it's a very likely possibility. Of course it is. The Carrington event of 1859. If we were to have a Carrington-like event today, the Earth-facing side of the sun would definitely have some problems. There's no doubt about it. It's just not avoidable. Wow, that is a big difference. You're right. Super solar flare, Palm Harbor, Florida, in the house. Dexter, yes, Dexter would be the next name of the next hurricane. Palm Harbor, Florida, ears ringing since 1979. Well, you have a good neurological system. Just know there's nothing wrong with your ears. Although tinnitus is a real thing, I understand that tinnitus is real. So not everything is associated with CMEs and things like that. Coronal holes, not every single thing, but it is very true. Thank you, Terry Berry. You're very kind. I'm thinking quick also, like in the times of Lot and Noah. True. Guys, it's going to be a wet summer. I can tell you that. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. It's going to be a wet summer. Just expect it. It's already starting off very, very wet. And again, I'll go back to the moisture down here that I talked about. That moisture has been there for months and it's moving to the north. Then the anomaly out here in the where we at? Right there. That anomaly is going to make sure that moisture moves to the north. You're going to see more flooding. We're going to see flooding in places that we don't normally see flooding. That's what happens when we switch between the El Nino and La Nina. It just creates a lot of uh, climate chaos, in places where let's say they had droughts, and in some cases it's a good thing. It maybe eliminates a drought, but maybe causes another one somewhere else. We got to find that golden mean, that balance. Um, but that's part of the earth that we live on. It's constantly changing. It's changing right this very second. And it's been changing ever since we've all been here, and it will constantly change. Good afternoon from Brevard County, Florida. Been there. Florida's a beautiful state. I'm in Louisiana, where Dexter might pass, down around the New Orleans area. Mr. Moderator, I wish I could super chat Mr. MBB, the red color. Oh, you're very kind. The red super chat. That red super chat comes flying through there. It's like, it is big and bold. Who's got the red super chat? Anybody got the red super chat today? I'm just trying to keep up. Oh, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Good afternoon. Oh, actually, yeah, good afternoon, Pennsylvania. Sure is. Dark Mother. Whataburger in St. Louis, Missouri. What's up, Whataburger? In St. Louis, Missouri. Undersea antenna, massive array. You know what? I've seen those. Who mentioned that? Linda Admire. Yeah, I where did I see that? I think it was in the Gulf, the Southern Gulf. I think it was, yeah. And I've seen one somewhere else too. I think it was in Antarctica. Trying to recall, but they seem to be real things, yeah. Like ionosphere heater. Have you guys heard of ionosphere heaters? They're not just exclusive to Alaska. You guys have heard of HARP. HARP is not a secret anymore. I don't think it really ever was. But it's an ionosphere heater. There's ionosphere heaters in different places around the world, for sure. Yeah, they're not just in Alaska, and I believe Poker Flats, Alaska. When somebody mentioned Two Sons, Pickwick, Tennessee. Daryl from Calhoun. What's up, Daryl? Columbus, Ohio. You guys in Ohio have been seeing the flashing lights. My goodness, you guys have. And I get a lot of videos from Ohio of mysterious lights in the sky. I got a video here a while back of a massive triangle. I've gotten two from two different people that don't know each other, of a massive triangle above Ohio, out in the rural area of Ohio, where the population is obviously not super thick. So a lot of people didn't see it, but there were some very alert people that saw it. Oh yeah, it was totally obvious. Totally obvious. 6.6 in Panama, 10 kilometers deep. They've changed it to 11 miles deep now. It started off 10 kilometers, which is 6.2 miles. Now it's 11 miles deep, which would be about, I don't know, what, 20 kilometers deep, 18 kilometers deep. So probably deep enough, just deep enough to where there won't be a tsunami. Hey, Kevin from Missouri, what's going on, guys? I enjoy hanging out with the chat. That's why I do these. I have some information to share, which I promised yesterday. And I did. I've shared the information. I've got some more that I'm still working on. It's not completely done yet. And I'm going to share it this afternoon. There's things over here that are almost completed, some over here that aren't completed. So again, I only get one chance to show it to you guys in a video or a live stream. I can't go back and redo it. So I want to make sure it counts. That's all. I want it to be good. I want it to be its very best version. That's all. So sometimes it's a little slower. I spend a lot of time working on these videos. I really do. 11 miles deep. That is shallow, Michael. You're right. That's a shallow earthquake. Eastern Shore, Maryland. Mia Archer, Ravens World 50, Ravens Wolf 57. What's going on, guys? Everybody having a good day? I know some people are talking about their ears ringing. I think it's got something to do with maybe the activity on the sun. The Schumann has been a little bit active today. Let's look. Do you want to look at the Schumann? Schumann, oh, that was yesterday. I'm sorry. Not active today. In fact, the Schumann's been super quiet today. Look, this is today. This is right now. Yesterday, last night, or the night before last, and then up to today. So very, very quiet right now. So the Schumann is asleep. What else we got going on? Oh, there's the potential Dexter. I think we're going to go through the entire list this year of names. I really do. Okay, let me do something here, guys. Hang tight. I'm not going anywhere. We're just going over here. And we'll do this. And guys, if you want to become a Star Family member, you can do it right there. I just put it in the chat box. You couldn't buy me a cup of coffee for what you can become a Star Family member with. No joke. It is a whopping, I think, $5. Have at it. Let's see how many we can get today. That's really cool. You know what I'd like to see? Honestly, this is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a star next to everybody's name in this chat box. Are you serious right now? That'd be a big family. That's what I'd like to see. That would be cool. Because I've got some cool stuff to share with you guys this afternoon. Oh, you're going to love it. This young lady out in Nevada, she has a beautiful sky, and she's obviously got a really nice camera system, and she can go deep into the stars, into the night sky, and she catches some things that are totally legit. And they're outside the atmosphere. They're not like airplanes cruising through the sky or helicopters, not even close. They're not even satellites. They're way too high. Satellites typically orbit the Earth in the 200 to 250 mile range above the Earth's surface. That's where their gravity is the best for satellites. So that's kind of where they hang out. What she's sending in, it's way beyond the Van Allen belts. I mean, it is way, way out there. So I'm trying to zoom it in the best I can without. Sometimes when you're working on these videos, it's a give and take situation. So I may compromise some light to gain some clarity, or compromise some clarity to gain some light, vice versa, depending on what you're trying to do. Remove layers of darkness without adding light. Now, that's a tricky one. Sometimes I have to dig deep into my tool bag. And this is one of those times where I have to dig way deep into my tool bag to finally get the outcome that I'm wanting. So it takes a while. And then, I got to take a break just to kind of give your mind a rest, just to come back and then try it again. And then you'll find that right tool. You're like, there you go. There you are. So I got the clarity I wanted. I got the zoom in. You're talking about something that's possibly, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of miles away. I'm trying to zoom in on it and keep clarity. And sometimes you can see it may not be alone. And that's something else we're going to talk about in this afternoon's video. There was a massive asteroid that just passed the Earth less than 72 hours ago that was over 1,000 feet wide. And as the list came into January, the near-Earth asteroid list, it showed January 11th near-Earth asteroid, and there were 3 asteroids. There were 3. And I suggested that I mentioned that list will probably change because of that big asteroid that came by the Earth on the 11th. That was 1,000 feet wide, because they usually don't travel alone. And when they first detect these big ones, they focus on the big one. They may find some bigger ones next to it, but they have enough gravitational force that they can create an asteroid family, you know, like I'm trying to create a star family here. That one also, as you're going to see, the list did change, and we had one enter the atmosphere. That's the thing. When you see these big asteroids coming towards the Earth, they're usually not the problem. It's what's traveling with them. And this one had a stray that they didn't see until it got right up on the Earth. So the list did go up one, and then there was some that came inside the atmosphere that may or may not have been related to the close approach object on the 11th. That again was actually just over 1,000 feet wide. So that's something that I've learned over the years. Those things never travel alone. They don't. They're just too big, and they always have a big family. Mia Archer, my anxiety has been really bad too. Just know that it's going to be okay. It is definitely going to be okay. And you know what? I know a lot of people, the anxiety is a real thing. Um, don't let things get you. Try to just focus on one day at a time, one thing at a time, and things that make you happy and positive. You know, no matter what. You know, like this potential hurricane, it's going to be okay as long as people get out of the way, and that's why we're talking about it early. Hopefully, it won't even happen. But if it does, and as long as everybody's out of the way, it's okay. It's just part of the world that we live in. It's always been like this, and it's not going to change. So as long as we get people to safety and nobody gets hurt, no worries. Just be a thinker, and don't be an overthinker though, to where you get anxiety. That's sometimes where anxiety comes from. We're overthinkers, you know. But things that are out of your control, don't let them consume you and give you anxiety. Just roll with it and prepare. And it's always best to prepare and not need it than to not prepare and need it. So knowledge is preparing. Like here, we're learning about this possible storm a few days in advance. So we've got plenty of time to make the necessary precautions, you know? And again, this could change maybe a little bit to the right or left. May not happen at all. But right now, it's telling us that there's a possible storm that could produce winds of 98 right there, showing right there 101 miles per hour on that right hand side. That right hand counterclockwise motion is the strongest part of the storm. So just be prepared. That's all. Nothing to fear. Become a star family member here. Yeah, there's nothing to fear. This is just the world we live on. Hurricanes are heat engines. You know what their job is? They actually have a job. We look at them as big, wet, scary storms that they do end up producing a lot of rain at times, and they do end up producing high winds at times. But their job, their function, they have a task, is moving heat from the equator north towards the poles and moving heat from the equator south during the summer months in the southern hemisphere. That's their job. That's what they do. That is their job. And sometimes they do. They may do a really good job. We may not like it, you know, but that's just what they do. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something here, guys. Don't mean to be looking at my phone, but you guys want to know where the storm is? The storm right now, it hasn't developed yet. I'm going to show you exactly where the apps are starting to come into alignment. Whenever they start to come into agreement, we'll talk about it. There you go. Right there. Waters are very warm there. Conditions are ideal right now for the formation of hurricanes in this part of the world. The water is super, super warm. They need super water. They need a lack of wind shear. And let's see, what else do they need? Warm, moist air. It's all right there. So that storm could be developing. In fact, the components to make that storm are developing right now as I do this video. Will it develop and become a full-fledged hurricane? That remains to be seen, because you guys know forecasts can and will change. But right now, there is a possibility of a storm. This could rapidly intensify before it makes landfall. So category at least 2 is what we're looking at right now. Could it become stronger? Yes, it could. Could it dissipate and go completely away? Yes, it could. We'll have to wait and see. I'm giving you guys a heads up because I don't want to see another situation like we saw over in Texas, where people got caught off guard and the floodwaters rose, and it turned into just a huge mess. And I don't want to see that. If we can see things in advance and give a little bit of a warning, people will be fine. That's all. And I hope this doesn't happen, but this is what it's showing us right now. And I do this because it matters. Y'all matter to me. I don't want you guys getting stuck in a flood zone with no power. That's miserable, man. Hey, Gwendolyn, how are these days affecting weather? Anything in your opinion? Well, I know one thing out here in Arizona, it seems a little more humid. Thank you for the super chat, Gwendolyn. It feels a little more humid in Arizona than a typical Arizona. They've always said, oh, Arizona is known for its dry air. Well, true, it is known for that, but it's not as dry as it used to be. I don't know. It's changed a little different here in that regard. Kind of reminds me some days of a swampy Louisiana Florida Panhandle day. It's just like super humid. But yeah, this right here is going to change the weather. There's a few things that are going to change the weather, guys. Right here. Oh, thank you, Beverly, for the super chat. Beverly Patsky. God bless you. That's very kind. This right here. This is the anomaly out in the Pacific Ocean. It's a temperature anomaly, but this is showing us CO2 levels out here in the Pacific Ocean along the equator that are being stirred up from the bottom of the ocean. What? Same thing down in, see if I can, this computer here's had so much data ran through it that it's tired. Same thing is going on. Look. Guess what? Thank you, Beverly, for the super chat. You are super, super kind. All you guys are super kind. Let's get that star family member up to as many as we can. Look at the same thing going on down here along the coast of Antarctica. See that? Along the northern edge? Same thing. CO2 down there. Let me see if I can brighten this up a little bit for you. Try to give you guys the best possible version. I'm very picky, guys. When I do videos, I'll spend a couple hours working on one video because I want it to be just right, because like I said, I don't get a second chance to present it to you guys. I mean, I can show it to you again the next day. Look at that. See? You got a situation here and here, and then all across here. That mimics what's going on down in Antarctica. CO2 is being stirred up. So what's stirring up the ocean? The bottom of the ocean, That right there, what you're looking at right here, this influences weather around the globe in a lot of ways. So just by looking at that tells me that we're going to see a very active hurricane season. It's going to be very wet. It's already been very wet. We had a extreme flash flooding event in New Mexico. Obviously, Texas. There could be another one in Texas because there's another storm brewing in Texas above the same area. I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds? So hopefully that doesn't happen. But the river and with the ground being saturated along the Guadalupe River in central Texas, it wouldn't take as much rain this time to cause things to flood because the water's got nowhere to go. It can't go in the ground because the ground's so saturated. So it's going to go up. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, this is a Pacific anomaly right there. And that's what determines the weather patterns around the world. And that's telling a big story right there that we're going to see some weather changes in the coming months. Yes, absolutely. That's how the scientists determine whether we're in La Nina or El Nino or somewhere in between. What hurricane? I'll show you guys. Here's the hurricane again. If you're just joining us, there's the possibility of a hurricane forming right here in 72 to 96 hours, possibly. I'm just giving you a heads up. Hopefully it won't. We don't want it to form, but I'm just saying there's a chance of a hurricane forming headed right towards New Orleans, possibly. It's a densely populated area, so I'd rather mention it and it not happen than not mention it and sit here and look at this and just say, well, I wonder what it's going to do. I'd rather tell you. And it don't happen. I don't want this to happen, but that could be Dexter right there. That could be Dexter, Hurricane Dexter. showing possibly a category 2 at landfall. You never know with these things, though. They could rapidly intensify in the very shallow warm water. Have to wait and see. But I'm hoping it doesn't form. I don't want it to form, but I'm just giving you guys a 3-day heads up so you can make the necessary precautions. Have non-perishables. I'm not saying go out and buy plywood, but just have some very basic things. Non-perishables. Have a plan. Okay, if this thing does materialize and it does seem like it's going to go to New Orleans, we know where we're going to go. We're either going to go over to the Florida Panhandle, or we're going to go north up into, Tennessee, whatever, Mississippi. Just get out of the way. Don't get caught in a flood. We don't want that. Man, we don't want the storm to happen at all. But I just have a feeling there's going to be a lot of storms this year, guys. I really do. Something keeps beeping. Are we getting more spam calls? I don't want any more spam calls. Graham, make them stop. Stop sending Michael spam calls. Overheating, inner outer core could be the culprit. You're right, Graham. That inner core, that's one thing that gets overlooked a lot, Graham, and you're on it. The inner core of the Earth, it plays a bigger part of what goes on out here than we realize. It's true. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just using that because I'm using the feature that YouTube offers. This is the webcam feature. So when I use this feature in the morning, because this is more of a laid back video, the afternoon video is going to be action packed, full of information. And this one has too, by the way. So this is my only means of showing you guys what I'm talking about. Maybe I can move this up just a little bit to get it a little closer. But when I use this, it's a studio app. It's through YouTube. My only option is the webcam right up here. So I can't show you guys things on the screen. So I use this screen to at least show something. This afternoon, I'll touch on it again real quick. I don't like to repeat the same information in the videos, but this afternoon I've got some really cool stuff to share with you guys, so you don't want to miss that. But this is a storm that is in the making. It could form here in the next 72 to 96 hours. We don't want it to happen. I'm just giving you a heads up, guys. That's all. If you're in this area, just know that there's a chance of a hurricane forming. Could bring a lot of rain. Okay, these storms here lately have been rain makers. So just be aware that there's conditions are favorable, all right? Hopefully it won't happen. We'll keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't. I would prefer it didn't. But at least there's a chance, okay? That's all. Because there wasn't much warning with the flooding in Texas. So we've got a couple days to talk about this, so let's talk about it. That's all. No big deal. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Thank you, Terry Berry. Got to grow the star family. So we want to see everybody with a star next to their name in the chat. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a chance of this forming. And if it does form, my list is over there on the other monitor. It's Dexter. This would be Dexter if it forms. So we would be up to the letter D. After D, I'm not sure what the next name is. D, it doesn't matter. But I do have a feeling we're going to go through the whole list this year. I think it's a very strong possibility. It happened in 2017, and it could happen again this year. At least I think so. New York. All right, guys. Valerian the Mac. Hey, what's up, Valerian? New Orleans area. Yeah, that's where this is showing so far. The New Orleans area, southern Louisiana, possibly, on the right-hand side of the storm, which is notoriously the strongest part of the storm. That would impact southern Mississippi, Gulfport, Pascagoula, Biloxi, right in here, Slidell, what's up, Mandolin, or what's it called? Mandeville. That's what I was trying to think of. Mandeville. But this is just a forecast. It's an early forecast. It can and will change. Guaranteed it's going to change some. So let's not put all our eggs in one basket. Just know that there could be a a hurricane form somewhere in this part of the world here over the next 72 to 96 hours. So be ready. It's better to be ready and aware and alert and have a plan. If you're in that area, have a plan. Have some non-perishables, have some cash so you can have the ability to barter just in case the power goes out, because we know when these hurricanes make landfall, power goes out. So you got those bases covered, have a plan to go one way or another. Go up this way because the storm's moving this way, maybe go up this way or go over this way if you can. I know sometimes it's not possible, but depending on if you're in a flood zone, please get out of that area. Absolutely. Oh, I do. Someone just asked, traveling tarot. I do. I don't know if I had a link to PayPal or Cash App. I do. I never thought about that. I'll put it in here. Thank you. That's very kind. You guys don't have to do that. It's simply at Mr. MBB 333. That's the Cash App and that's the PayPal. And that's very kind of you guys. I appreciate that. You know, it all helps. It all helps. We need Star family members too. All right. Thank you guys. You're all very kind. Yeah, Ventus Sky is wise. Ventus Sky is good. And as you can see, it's one of my go-tos. I have several other ones that I go to as well. And what I do is I cross-reference. I use my own personal one that I have, and then I have 6 other ones that I trust that have proven time and time again that they're trustworthy and they're good. So when they're all in agreement, you can rest assured it's going to happen. Right now, they're not all in agreement. I'm just being honest. But since there's the chance of one forming, we're going to talk about it just to be on the safe side, because I don't want you guys to get caught in a situation down here when there's enough warning. We can talk about it right now. If it doesn't happen, man, that's great. I'm glad. I don't want it to happen, man. But this is a good source, and I've got other good sources too. So I'm keeping an eye on them. That's all I can say. Oh, thank you, moderator. Yeah, I get to talk and I forget. If you guys want to support the channel, that's why I posted that. Someone asked if I had a PayPal or a Cash App, and it's just simply at Mr. MBB 333. All right, guys. Well, listen, we are. Oh, it's already 11 here, so that means it's 2 on the East Coast. It means I got to get to work because I got some good stuff to share with you guys this afternoon. Oh, yeah. If you're wearing socks, it'll knock your socks off. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Just a figure of speech, that's all. That means it's going to be good. So anyway, possible storm forming in the northern Gulf of Mexico. Conditions are favorable. Could be Hurricane Dexter. Maybe not. Weather forecast, as you guys well know, and you're all very smart people, weather forecasts can and will change. This one is no different. But right behind me, we could be looking at mezzotint. We could be looking at the formation. I'm sorry, this is the only way I can share things with this particular configuration. I'm using the YouTube. It's my webcam, but it's a platform that they offer. Thank you, mezzotint, for the super chat. It's like that. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. This afternoon, I'll have stuff up on the screen. We'll be going through one thing after another. I'll have the 20 tabs open, and I'll have about, I think this afternoon, I have around 12 different videos lined up. Some really cool pictures, unlike anything you've ever seen before. Graham Giles, Star family member. My man, Graham's a very smart guy. Keeps me on my toes. Thank you, mezzotint, once again for the super chat. Thank you guys for the new welcome, Star family members. So the chats, you guys will see stars like Graham's right here next to your name. Your name will be highlighted every time you make a comment. Your name's highlighted. It's actually very cool. I like it. I think it's super cool. So bring it on. Bring it on. Okay, listen, guys, just being honest, I do have to get to work. I have a lot of really cool things I'm working on, and these things do take time to properly edit a video. Some are more complicated than others, some are really easy, some aren't. So I'm dealing with a combination of both today. So I want to give myself plenty of time. I've still got about 4 hours to get these things dialed in, plus eat some. I've already skipped breakfast basically, but that's okay because I'm intermittent fasting. So if I miss breakfast or whatever, I'm not really worried about it because I need to get down to my desired weight. And when I intermittent fast, it works for me. Okay. You're welcome. I can. Thank you guys. Yeah, I've been hearing about that, Dixon. Thank you all, new Star family members. Welcome aboard. And thanks everybody for the super chat. And thank you everybody for stopping by. Don't forget this afternoon's live stream. I got a lot of cool stuff to share with you guys. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.